Hi Chris, talking tonight after a pretty dramatic 2-2 draw with Telford under kind of terrible conditions
Yeah,
really.
yeah. That I don't fancy being the groundsman tomorrow, trying to sort that pitch out. It's gone. But um, the old adage of a game of two halves, really, wasn't it? I think the conditions and the slope and the hills played its part for both teams. Um, but I think over the 90 minutes, I think both teams have deserved their half. Obviously, going two up, we said at half time like 2-0 is not unsurmountable. Um, we can get back from that, but we had to do a lot more in terms of belief. Like, I think there's a time, Neil, where you need to go long, and there's
Yeah,
a time when you need to put it into corners. But I said to the lads, I can't get on board with that being the only option. So just be brave. I'd rather watch us lose it than keep trying to churn it. And like, full credit to the boys for that second half performance, because that is as good a half I think I've seen in my 9 years here. I think that was controlled. We expected them to come out and sit off and expect to win it a little bit, and we knew we had to take chances and be brave. And like, to a man, um, I think everyone was outstanding.
yeah, and kind of touching on that bravery there really. You know, the board went up with 5 minutes added
Mm.
on. And a lot of times it might have been right. Chuck Muzzer up top, and
Yeah,
we'll just go long. We'll think, but it wasn't. It was pretty patient build up, trying to work the space, and then the openings came.
yeah. I think again, I think there's maybe a time when they're sitting in, and maybe our play in between the lines isn't good enough, and we need to get the ball into wide areas. Centre halves may be weak, but they've got three mountains at the back, and we spoke about it, but we thought that it was working what we were doing. I think the three subs were outstanding. Andronicus on his debut has contributed towards the goal. Um, Fabio has come on and done what Fabio's done. He was a tactical change. We were worried about the lad that plays on their right hand side, and we thought that maybe doubling up against him would help us. But then Sammy as well come on, and I think that's that. And Burko, where he's come on and made a real difference. But I don't know at what point we mentioned it, Neil. Like, I said about my tweet about winning the team of the month, about
Yeah,
being in it together. Without question, them guys behind the goal have won us that game. Second half, like,
yeah, yeah.
they pulled the ball into the goal, and that's what, when I sign players, I try and say to them, like, I don't think you understand it until you see it, but no one ever has a bad game, and the fans never stop believing. And 2-0 down, and they're giving us all of that, and I think it's nice that we can repay that
Yeah, if
through a lot.
anything, the kind of volume went up higher when we went 2-0 down. Really, as you say, they really got behind the team, and it clearly helps.
We've not heard that down here since the cup run.
Yeah,
And for that to, do you know what's even more so like appreciative is the fact that it's on a cold and wet Tuesday night, not a nice Saturday when the beers are out and the sun's out. It's on an absolute miserable evening. And yeah, honestly, us as a dressing room, we just spoke about it there. Like, they've helped us win that game. Um, but we wanted to go
draw
into
that
it.
game.
Draw that game. I feel like we won it now. If I'm honest, like, the way that we've reacted, we've set our target, and whether we achieve it or not, we are where we are at the moment. But we don't want any team to do the double over us.
Yeah,
So it's nice to ensure that we keep that going for at least another game. And obviously we go into Leamington, hopefully with confidence. It wasn't a case of we've lost the game, we're going to lose another, we're going to lose another, we're going to be that team. Like, character second half
yeah,
was
yeah.
phenomenal.
I think that was evident, really. So yeah, go and dry off. I think.
Here endeth the interview.
Cheers. See you
Cheers.
later, Chris.